What's some awesome Black Film TV, talking to Kyla Pratt and Julian Gant regarding the show Call Me Kat, which is currently on Fox. Hello, folks. How's it going?
Going great. How are you doing?
Good. So before, obviously the show's currently on right now. So can you briefly describe what the show's about and the roles you play? Kyla?
Well, the show is about a 39-year-old woman who decides, hey, I've been living my life for everyone else and I want to do something that I love to do. And so she basically takes all the money that her parents saved for her wedding and she decides to open a cat cafe. She loves cats, she loves coffee, and she's like, hey, I don't need what society tells me that I need to be happy. I just want to enjoy life and make decisions for myself. And I play Randi, who is a barista in the cafe. I end up becoming her best friend. We end up bonding and getting closer, and I love it because we're like complete opposites in so many ways. But just running around and having fun with Mayim Bialik all day, basically.
Yes. And I play Carter, who is an entrepreneur. He's a business owner. He owns a piano bar called The Middle Seat. He's also a single dad, and he's just trying to figure out what's happening in his life. He's a hopeless romantic. And I really think that, now in this season, we're really trying to find out how these characters combine and how they intersect. So I think the writers are doing a great job with that right now.
So this is season 2, am I correct?
Yes.
So going back, for anybody who's just now catching up to the show, what was the attraction to doing it? Obviously, we all want jobs, but there's always the power of no and the power of yes. So what made you say yes to taking on this project?
Well, it was exciting for me because it's a sitcom. I haven't, sitcoms haven't really been, the up and coming thing, recently. It's been, they've died off a little bit. So that, and then the opportunity to work with someone like Mayim Bialik and to be able to learn from her and watch her every single day. Yeah, that's basically the main two things. Just knowing that I was going to be a part of something that was going to be funny and light and give great energy, and that's what we need right now.
Absolutely. And I think with me, it was 2 projects that I had actually turned down before getting to Call Me Kat. And once I read the script, I liked the character. I liked what they tried to do with him, and knowing I was going to be working with Mayim Bialik and Kyla Pratt and Leslie Jordan and Cheyenne Jackson, I was like, yo, why wouldn't I? It'd be crazy not to do that. It would be a great learning experience because I'd never been a regular on, a multicam. So
now when you take on a role, and obviously when you read the script and you read the roles you play, I like to think for any actor, there have to be a sense of themselves in the character they're playing, even though it's make-believe. So what part of the characters are you?
To me, I think the best characters in the sitcom world, each actor has brought a little bit of themselves, and that's what makes them great. I think a lot of the sassiness, I think that, comes out. I don't really think that I am that sassy, but I guess I am. It depends on what I'm talking about. But I think just the sassiness, I think we have a lot of differences as well, but just really trying to be the one that, speaks her mind and tells the truth all the time, and being honest, even if it might hurt a little bit. Maybe that's me.
I think for me, I think Carter and I relate on just trying to be a positive Black role model in society today. And I think a lot of the things that I turned down, or a lot of things that were passed because of me was because of my hair. I had a lot of issue because I wouldn't cut it. And this show was like, oh no, we accept and embrace your hair. And a lot of people don't even know the reason behind my hair. My hair, I started growing it in 2014 when Mike Brown got killed. So I wanted to show that this shouldn't make people afraid. My Black features shouldn't scare people. So I think Carter and myself have that. And I know in the first episode, you saw a lot of Ali stuff. In the first episode, just to show he's a strong Black male figure.
That's interesting to hear. Now we've seen episode 2. So in episode 2, obviously your characters get together but are not together. So the question is, can people have relationships when they're not together? And obviously, that's what we're seeing with your characters, even though this is a comedy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, some people can do it. I'm not one of those people. Oh no, we together. no, we together. No, I mean, some people do. I mean, whatever floats your boat, as long as you guys are both in agreement. And I don't know if our characters are in agreement. I think I want it to be something and he wants it to be something else.
Right.
But he's fighting for it to be more.
Yeah, I think Carter is fighting. He's definitely fighting for it to be more. He sees he's a hopeless romantic. That's what Carter is. And I think that's another thing that the character and I share, with my wife and being high school sweethearts. I think Carter wants it to be more. I think he wants a family with his son and somebody, his significant other, whoever he can be with. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't think Randy's a hopeless romantic. I think Randi wants to be a player up in the streets. She wants to get around. She wants to, she's like, what boyfriend? Titles, huh?
Right.
No, not me. So I think that's
yeah, Carter's playing the opposite. He broke first. It's always about like, okay, whose emotion is gonna break? And it happens to be you. Usually it's the other way around, where the guy's a player and you get the look of her like, oh, I wanted more. But it's like, no, he's the opposite. You're playing a barista. Have you been a barista before? Do you know how to make coffee like a barista?
Me personally, no, I've never been a barista. I order lots of coffee. No, I'm lying. I drink lots of tea. But no, I've played like a woman who opened up an espresso bar before. So I've done a little research where the machines are concerned. But I think here we have like a classic like machine that no one knows how to work. But but I did my little research, but I don't have to do too much because I'm just, making people laugh. I'm doing a little acting.
Now, when you do a sitcom, obviously everybody comes in with their own funny bones. They learn to get funny bones because of the script. Is there an opportunity, you're into the shows early and you guys are young in your career, you've been around for a good minute, where you can go to the writers or the producer and says, okay, do you want to punch it up a little bit based on the lines?
Luckily, we're in an environment where you don't feel the energy of just be quiet, you're an actor. We're not in that environment. We are in a place where we are able to collaborate. We are able to contribute. We know our characters pretty much the best at this point, which wasn't always what it was because we developed these characters in the beginning of a pandemic. Like we had masks and shields and it gave me a little anxiety at first because I was like, wait, I don't even know who this woman is. And now I just have to record really like just film. But luckily we're a part of a group of people who are great collaborators. And even, Mayim so many times where she's like, pitch that, like, like, oh, that's funny, Kyla, or that's funny, Julian. Like we have like a king of improv right here. So it's like, why it wouldn't make any sense to be like, no, Julian, just say what's on the page. Like, no, that's, I don't think we're going to get the best that we can possibly get with that situation. So we're very fortunate to work with people who understand that we're human beings and we want to be a part of the entire process. So
they give us some wiggle room so we can go ahead and play a little bit.
Yeah. How was that episode where, the cast of her previous show with Joey Lawrence and the rest of the cast showed up and she's pretending to be another character? Could we get an episode where former members of your show showed up?
I would absolutely love that. That would be amazing. I still talk to all of them, so I might have to run that by producers and see if that's a possibility. I think people would absolutely love that.
And then, all day today, I think I've seen your name everywhere today. They showed the Proud and Proud, the Proud Family trailer, and then I get a little note.
I was just like, I've been at work all day. I didn't see my phone. I need to post something about it. It's out.
The trailer just came out. I was also ready to post it on the gram. And then I see, she's going to be a presenter at the NAACP Awards. I'm like, she's everywhere today. So all day today, your name is just popping up.
That's crazy. And it's amazing because you sit back and so many things, in life, there's always so many changes. There's always so many different things going on. And sometimes you're like, when you're not working, it's like, I want to work. And then when you do work, everything is coming all at the same time. So you just got to kind of enjoy it and take it for what it is.
I mean, and seriously, shouldn't her name be everywhere? I mean, that's Kyla Pratt, man. Like, that's royalty. You know what I'm saying? That's like black film royalty.
The sell. That's the sell. When you watch a show, when you watch these shows and you're like, anybody black on there? I'm like, okay, I know her.
Exactly.
That's how we do. All these shows that appear on it, we're like, if it ain't the lead, who's on the show? Do they have anybody of color? Do they have a prominent role? You know, is that,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, and because it's two of you guys, it's a good sell. Usually when there's always like one Black person on the show, nobody really pays attention. When there's two,
and that's the amazing part of this show is the diversity.
Exactly.
Like we are hitting every single angle that we possibly can on this show and able to connect with so many different people. And it's like, and that's the great thing about being able to collaborate. And it's like, Randi wouldn't say that, or Carter is not about to let that go down. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing to be a part of something that shows like a melting pot of what we really live in. Exactly. You know what I mean?
We got Black and brown folks all through this. Chris Rivas, you know, we got Chris Rivas on there who's Hispanic. So it's like this show has so much diverse talent, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I found out I was working with Kyla Pratt and Mayim Bialik, I was like, what? Yes, absolutely.
Besides the cast, and obviously each one of you bring something to the table, but there's a lot of stuff on TV now. Now that we're home, because the latest pandemic is, you know, a lot of events have been postponed or canceled. And so now we're back to seeing a lot that's on TV, and there's a lot more opportunities, a lot of new shows. What's the sell for this show? Because you're competing, you know, with not just the fact that you're on TV and there's things opposite the show, but now it's like, okay, it ain't like back in the old days where there was only 3 networks, you know, you got stuff that's streaming and so forth. What's the sell to seeing this show?
Well, first, I think the sell is this is a multicam, which we don't have a lot of, and we don't have a lot of good multicam. That's number one. I think the writing, we got writers from Will and Grace, we got writers from Mom. Our writing game has like stepped up. So I think you're gonna see like very creative and innovative stories coming from this show. I think that, you know, there's so much that we can contribute to what's actually what's out there. Like everything is single cam right now. I mean, you do have the Upshaws, which I think is dope on Netflix, which is you know, a Black, you know, a sitcom, which is amazing, and they have great writing. Wanda Sykes. But yeah, it's not a lot of multicams that are doing it right, and I think this show is a show that's doing it right.
And I think it's amazing if I go back to the diversity of our show and different people being able to watch it and understand, like, even though we have all these different personalities, like we're all going through similar things. We all have random stuff going on, you know, and our show is something that you can watch and kind of escape a little bit from everything that's going on in the world. It's not, you know, we're not going to make you boohoo cry or think about this a sad moment. You know what I mean? We're being goofy and silly and having this physical comedy that you don't see often anymore. And I think it's amazing that we all care so much about each other. And I think that shows through on the screen. So for people to watch our show, it's just to give you a great, we want to pass that energy through you, like through the screen to you, so you can feel how we feel and just come and smile and enjoy yourself. And, you know, all of the BS that you're dealing with, just escape for 30 minutes and just come and, you know, laugh at us being silly.
And I think that's another thing, like Kyla said about this show, is it's such a positive spirit behind it. Mayim does a lot to bring a lot of positivity and just an air of fun, you know, that escape to fun.
So before I let you go, at the end of the day, obviously when you're not on camera and you're not promoting as many projects that you have, what do you do to stay humble? Like, what do you do to be you without having to worry to be, you know, you don't have to tweet, you don't have to post, and you can just be yourself?
I ride the bus.
He does.
I do. I ride the bus, man, and I work on cars. I work on cars and ride the bus. That keeps me humble, keeps me sane, keeps me level-headed.
And me, I you know, I got young kids at home. So I just enjoy family life and spending time with my man and my siblings and my mom and whoever I can, visit my grandparents, and just really, you know, I love reading, love writing, love exercising. That's a long time coming because I did not love it at first, but I love it now, you know, and just being allowed to just chill and writing more and just, you know, sit back watching movies and just relax, you know. Especially I love having to make sure I spend that time with my family, because when it's time to work, it's time to work and it's long hours. And so when I'm there, they get all my energy.
That's good enough. You know, obviously, like I said before, you guys are on TV, which is good. You've got a lot of projects that hopefully it rubs off on all of this. Whether this show rubs off on Proud or Proud rubs off on this, you know, it's a different way of people seeing what you do. And obviously, with Mayim, you know, she's always been successful with the show she's done, and people get to see her on Jeopardy and stuff like that. So everybody's bringing something to the table. So hopefully, you know, we can talk next season, season 3. Keep it going. We'll see where characters go.
And that's amazing. It's amazing because we have so many people on this cast who are actually like working actors. Like literally, I'm like, wait, you're going where to shoot what after? You already have this set up, and this one pops up everywhere. And Mayim Bialik directed her first film, and he's in it. You know what I mean? Like we all have so much going on. We all love what we do, and we want to be the best at everything that we're a part of. And that's amazing to be around people who act like that as well, who don't just want to be mediocre and just walk away. You know, you feel that energy. So hopefully, yes, you will see us, and we'll be able to interview and talk, you know, for season 3, and then people can see us all over the place. You know,
all right. So keep it going. We're here to support. Stay safe. Get back to work, and we'll talk down the road.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Have a good one.